Hey guys, HW. Had a hankering to go for a walk across the Harbour Bridge in this lunch hour. So I've come up the stairs at Milson's Point and I'm going to have a walk along the bridge, and I'll stop at a few spots that I think are interesting. But I won't suffer you through the whole bridge walk because it can get a bit boring. But it's a beautiful day in Sydney today. Should probably see a few exercise fanatics on the bridge walk here. I haven't even looked at what the temperature is going to be yet today, so we'll stop at the first pylon up there and I'll let you know. Look back at North Sydney behind me. I don't know what it is, I might be imagining it, but over the last week or so, everything seems to be so much more vibrant in Sydney, all the colours. Even when I just look out the window at home, the trees and everything are just so green. It's like a rich green, and the sky is like super blue. It might be just because we had so much dull weather back in winter, the contrast, but I'm not so sure. It's really weird. I'm going to speed up this bit to the pylon. So the weather, 26 degrees Celsius in old Sydney town today. It's around lunchtime, as I said. It's Wednesday. The wind's currently from the east at 19 kilometres an hour. So you know what that means in Sydney? That means a bit of humidity will be coming off the water. It's the only crap thing about the Sydney Harbour Bridge. You have to stick your hands through the gaps here to get decent shots because of the cage they got. Oh, there goes one of the workmen up the bridge there. Look, oh, two workmen. I'll make that three. There's another one up there, and four. It's an all year round job for those workmen. They never stop painting the Sydney Harbour Bridge. Even the famous Paul Hogan of Crocodile Dundee fame, he used to be one of the workmen on the bridge before he got into acting. I don't know whether you can see in the distance, there's a massive yacht with a black sail. almost at the middle of the bridge. Before we get to the center of the bridge, let me tell you about my shocker of a morning. I locked myself out of the house before I was ready to go. I was putting out some treats for the demon to keep him busy while I was gone, and the door swung shut with the deadlock on. Had no keys. Had to break in, and I was all ready to go, so it was quite warm already, and I started sweating, and it took me at least half an hour to break in. Luckily I've got a combination lock on the underneath of the joint, so I could get in there and get a ladder out and get the tools I needed to get in. Here we are, we're right on the centre of the bridge now. You can see the Indigenous flag of Australia there, and behind that piece of green sheeting there's the Australian flag. So right on the centre, as one of the Manly ferries comes into port, into Circular Quay. Beautiful Sydney Harbour. Get around it. I must say, so far the easterly breeze is actually quite pleasant. Probably have to wait until the middle of summer, but when it'll start to cause the punters to suffer with humidity. There she is, the old Opera House. Look at this, the bridge climb is closed. Not the bridge climb, sorry. The pylon lookout. If you ever come to Sydney, this pylon lookout is really good. It's a really good view up there. If you don't have the coin to do the bridge walk, that's a really good alternative. I've done it in one of my previous videos. I'll link it up if I remember. You can see Sydney Tower poking through those other buildings there. I don't know whether you can see the little grey boat there. Some sort of Navy launch. Get vehicles on and off that. Bit of a amphibious landing craft. Only a small one. So this will be the next vid that goes up. But I'm thinking of the next one. I'm thinking of doing another Sunday vid. So I might come in early on a Sunday morning and do a walk through the city for the next one, I think. Because I did a Sunday morning vid, I don't know how long ago it was now, it's probably a couple of months ago, and I really enjoyed it. I think it was the day that I came in to look at the Sydney Marathon. That was one thing that I was interested to see when I was coming across the bridge. As the weather warms up, I was expecting to see a cruise ship in town, but no. You can see a few people standing on the tower of the overseas passenger terminal there. I don't know what the go is there. Maybe they open it up for the tourists when there's no boat there, I don't know. Now we're above the rocks. There's the rocks down there. Tell you what, I wouldn't like to fall. Yeah, I should have done another bridge walk like this sooner. It's really pleasant walking along here. Imagine if we could replace these with this caging. Imagine if we could replace that with glass. Now that'd be something. I bet you they'd do that in China. They'd find a way to do it. We see the building. Lording over the view, the best view over the harbour. The Sirius building. Again, can you believe, I've spoken about this before, but can you believe this building used to be public housing? Imagine having discounted public housing with that view. It's mental. But I think I've spoken about this before. Back in the ye old days, people didn't want to live in the city, number one. And number two, when all the docks were around here, they didn't find it a very pleasant place to be. Our times change. Oh, there's a couple of empty units there. Can you see them? There's two buildings there, or two units there with empty kitchens with empty floor space behind them. Again, if I remember, I'll put the prices in for those units so that you know. I think it's another example of brutalist architecture, the old Sirius building. So it's only going to be a short vid today. Once I get back into the city, I'll grab a takeaway nectar and then I'll have to get back on the Iron Horse. But as I said, I'll do another vid on Sunday, I hope. Stick around though, it's not over yet. We are going to have a look at the jacarandas down at Circular Quay. I've noticed they're out and about as I was coming across the bridge, so we'll have a spy on those. Oh, the first landing of the stairs coming off the Harbour Bridge. Got to take a view here. A few people starting to mill around the Glenmore Hotel over there. And then, what's that one over there called? The Australian Hotel. So a few people sitting out there having some sherbets. Jeez, I haven't been in the Australian Hotel for donkey's years. Used to be a great place to get in there, have a end of the week drinks, like on a Friday arvo, and order up a couple of cheeky pizzas from the bar and just sit out and enjoy the weather. So we'll make our way through Tourist Central, through the rocks.
Yeah.
1844, this collection of little cottages here. But you'd know that if you've been to the rocks before. That's always a stop on the school tours, that building there. That joint there's got its Christmas decks up in the window already. Thank goodness they've closed off these days. Wouldn't have much luck getting up and down those. Who's this cheeky little kid? I've never noticed this statue before. What's it say? Cliff of the Rocks. I think it's no one of historical note. I think it's just a bronze of one of the street urchins that used to be around here in the ye old days. I might be wrong, but I didn't have my glasses on. I couldn't read the print. Alright, let's get down Nurse's Walk. I used to run down these stairs every morning when I used to run into work in the city, when I was working down in Darling Park. I'm running down here and then I'd run across the road there at Circular Quay and then get up Pitt Street and then change over to Castlereagh and shower and get changed at the old Catholic club, which is called something different now. You can hear an opera singer.
There was so many cool
There's a few people enjoying sherbets over there outside the Fortuna Wall. It's still early days, but the jacarandas are starting to come out. Couple more weeks and those branches will be sagging under the weight of those flowers. Why aren't these lads at school? Get to school. I was going to get my pre-train nectar at Marlowe's Way. I've decided that I might get it in the station instead. Ah, wrong way. Nobody getting coffee up at the Grumpy Bakers up here. That might be an option. Nah, we'll wait and get it in Edition Roasters in Wynyard, I think. Oh, look at those delicious pastries and breads. Out into the lunch crowd in George Street. I tell you what, it's heated up now. I'm a bit warm.
Actually, this is a bit too nice.
No, that makes perfect sense. What? It's log on to a system.
What's going on?
There's addition roasters over there. Let's get some. We wait for the flat white to arrive and then we'll get on the iron horse.
I don't think it's anything you can concern.
Okay.
No.
Nectar.
Next stop, Milson's Point.
Here we are back at Milson's Point. Some workmen working on the new cycle path. Soon the cyclists won't have to walk up the stairs anymore.
Please mind the gap when getting on or off.
They'll be able to use the path to just easily ride their bike up onto the Harbour Bridge. Cheers, addition roasters.
Close to the station as well, so it's like one of those new developments. And there's a few of them.
Yeah, there's quite a few going up at the moment.
Yeah, which is maybe there's not too many all at once, I think. It's kind of
As we make our way into North Sydney Station, we should see a few jacarandas on the side streets as well.
5 weeks ago. Because I go, so I've got my best friend John, so I'll go to see him. He's also a nutritionist that I see up there. She's in there.
Next stop, North Sydney.
So I'll go up reasonably often. And I
Do you see her as a nutritionist?
Yes, yeah. She's really good. So I'll see her every couple of months.
Yeah, I can see the jacarandas coming.
This train will
There
stop
they are.
at North Sydney.
They'll be in bloom in a couple of weeks as well, or full bloom. So here we are at North Sydney. It's time to alight the iron horse. So thanks for coming on the little short skirt today. See you in the next vid. The video is over.